Come here, little piggies. Yum, so fast. They crack me up every time. Welcome back to 5 Acre Farm. I'm Luke.
I'm Caitlin.
And we have some exciting news. So this is a day we've been waiting for quite a while now. If you guys haven't watched the last video, Wednesday's video where we had Zach out here cooking up some of the chicken, some of our meat chickens, he did an awesome job, and we actually ate some of it tonight. Again, it was really good. All week we've been eating chicken. But yeah, it was really good. If you haven't, go watch his video, the beer can chicken. He gives you a little bit more insight on what we're talking about today. So that was Saturday when he was out here, and that's when we had a new baby born on the farm. So if you guys have been keeping up with the last couple videos, Sweetie has been getting awfully close to having a baby, and so we've been coming out checking her 3 times a day, waiting for her to separate from the herd. And usually when they separate from each other is when they have their calf, and she hadn't been doing it until Saturday when Zach was here and we went out there, and she just happened to have it dropped for probably a few hours. Wasn't completely wet, but yeah, if you watched his video, then you've already got a peek of it. I've kind of thrown out some teasers here and there that Sweetie dropped her calf, but I'm going to insert a few clips from Saturday when we went and saw him the day he was born, still a little wet. So while you guys are watching that video, we're going to drive out and we're going to show you guys him at 4 or 5 days old. So enjoy. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see me, but we got a little baby calf on the ground. We're out here filming with Zach with Fire and Ferment, and Autumn's freaking out. She's got a little sister, her brother. But we've been waiting for this day for a while. Even Marley's coming to check it out. Sweetie's got a healthy little black calf up and on her feet. Let's get around to the other side and check her out. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Get off the fence, buddy. Get off the fence. Yep, little bull calf.
Hi, sweetie. Got your baby? Autumn, be nice.
The fence is on. We've already talked about this. You better be a Longhorn. Well, the closest Black Angus bull to here is who knows where. Well, we're out here at the cows, and there's our little man right there. That's right, he's a little bull calf. And there's Mama, Sweetie. Happy, healthy, spunky. Got a lot of energy in them. Don't be alarmed. Longhorns always look a little thin when they're born. But that's just how they look. But Saturday he looked all black, but you can see he's kind of got a faint brownish hue dun color to his belly, really coming out. Longhorns are really good at changing color. So Reba, those of you that see Reba here, she was an all tan little calf when we got her at a week old. You can see that she just had a few little white dots on her butt, but now you can really see the color variation and the brindling coming in. But she was just a solid little dun color when she was born. And Autumn back there, which is Sweetie's calf from last year, which this one's Autumn, she only had just a few little white dots on her back end, and she's got a lot more on her now. But so this little guy will probably change a few colors. His dad, which was Dirty Harry, was his name. He was an all brindle cow.
Sure.
And so I doubt he'll stay solid colors. So y'all are probably asking, what are we gonna name the little fella? And if you know anything about, well, me, I enjoy comedy. You got a picture?
Yep.
Of Harry? That's Harry. I know that's a great cell phone video or photo, but that's his dad. It is a little bull calf, so we had to come up with a boy name. And since we like comedy movies, we decided to look for a name that of somebody that was born on Saturday, which was the 16th, so August 16th. And the first one that popped up, and probably the most popular actor or famous person born on August 16th, was Steve Carell. Which, if you are a fan of comedy, probably the greatest comedy TV series, The Office. He's the boss in The Office. He's also in 40-Year-Old Virgin and a lot of other movies. But so this little man, wherever he went,
Over here. Steve!
Steve! His little name is Steve. So he's been nursing good. Mama's been taking care of him.
June.
And Aunt June over here,
Get out of the way.
hopefully she'll have she's getting kind of wide. So we had Harry for 3 months. So we have a 3-month window of when we can have calves. If Lucy could be bred, June is probably next to calve. She's getting bigger, but her udders aren't dropping. So once the udders drop, you're about a week to a week and a half out. And then once they start separating themselves, then you're getting within a day. So, but hopefully Lucy's bred. She's not getting real big, but we haven't seen any other cows act like she's gone into heat for the last 9 months, 8 months.
Woo.
So, but Lucy, we knew she was first. She was extra wide.
Nope, sweetie.
Or Sweetie. She was extra wide. She puts on a really good bag. Sweetie's probably going to stay on our farm for a long time. Her personality is what we want. She'll eat out of our hand, but she doesn't get aggressive when it comes to eating or anything. She's the boss, though. She's the oldest one here, so everybody respects her. And both of her calves, I mean, well, Autumn's, I guess, the only calf we have. June is one of her calves from several years ago, but we like Autumn's personality, and I'm sure Steve will have a great little personality. And it's just fun to yell, "Steve!" every time we come running out here. But all the other cows, all the heifers, all but probably Autumn, will be ready to be bred this fall. They'll all be over 1.5 years old, so. But some of you might be wondering what we're gonna do with little Steve. Are we gonna eat him? Is he gonna be a Steve burger or a Steve steak? To be determined, I guess. But most likely we'll probably sell him once he's ready to wean.
We'll steer him out.
If one of you guys watching is needing a Longhorn bull, papered, registered, then little Steve could be yours. But we'll keep him as a bull calf for a while. We don't like to band them early.
Autumn.
You're stealing the show, Autumn. Yes, you. But we won't steer him for several more months.
Come here.
We want him to grow happy and healthy. We need to get him his shots and an ear tag. But that'll be on the to-do list here in the next couple weeks. I need to order an ear tag that says Steve. But
He looks like a Steve.
he looks like a Steve.
He's really spunky today.
Yeah, but even after the first day, he was jumping around and running around. We watched him nurse. That's the biggest thing, is you want to watch him nurse as soon as you see him. Make sure they're getting the colostrum.
He's right here.
But yeah, little man Steve will be available in roughly 6 months when we wean him. So next spring. And if you guys need a little Steve, then you just send us an email. I'll have our email down below in the description, and we can make Steve send him to a happy home. But he's not free.
He has a price tag.
He has a price tag.
Right, Steve.
Yeah.
He's not free.
If you're new here to our Longhorn herd, the reason we chose Longhorns is because of their docile personality. We really like how chill they are. They really don't mess with the hot wire fence. They all eat out of your hand.
Look at how cute that is.
Yeah. The biggest thing was, we're not cowboys, and we're not ever going to pretend to be.
I'm not a cowboy anymore.
Ranchers. And we don't want to run a 50 head herd. We just want a couple cows for about here in the pasture. And we looked at Highlands, but as you can see, that tree is the only tree in this whole back 30 acre pasture. So there's no shade out here. And obviously we don't own this, so it's like going and planting a bunch of trees just for property we don't own is tough to convince ourselves to do. So we decided, instead of Highlands, and maybe down the road we'll get a Highland or so, they're just really expensive to kind of get into, even though Caitlin really likes them. They are cute and fluffy, but
not practical.
Not really practical. the steers and bulls don't really hold their value. Everybody wants heifers, and so you're either worth a lot or worth nothing. So I'd rather have a calf that's worth the same amount as if it's a bull or a steer. The biggest thing is we wanted a cow that is easy calving. We don't want to be out here pulling calves or having to run them into working facilities to have to doctor them. Longhorns are extremely disease resistant, super hardy. Even up here in the winter, they do great. We just give them a wind block and they survive. Plenty of hay to bed down in. But they're like the goats of cattle. I mean, they'll eat anything. They don't eat. They eat probably, I think something I read, like a third less grass than an Angus. So like on this pasture, we can put 10 cows out here and you can barely tell the cows have been in here all year. Obviously the grass over here we haven't had cows in, it's probably chest high, and most of this, or over half of this pasture, is still waist high. But we could probably only run about 5 or 6 head of cows, 7 head of cows in here of Angus, when we can run 10 to 12 Longhorns in here. So their footprint is just less, they eat less, but they don't sell as well as an Angus, especially in today's market. But the main thing is easy calvers, disease resistant, and they come in all flavors of colors. We didn't want boring black cows or brown cows. Like I said, they're super docile and chill. You don't got nothing in your hand. You're a phony.
So if you, sorry, there's lots of bugs. If you don't follow us on Facebook, go over to 5 Acre Farm on Facebook. This week I have posted all about the Longhorns and why we chose them, and comparisons of Longhorns to Highland cows and Angus and things like that. So lots of education on Longhorns if you don't know much about them over on our Facebook page.
So to introduce the cows, we have, we'll start with the oldest, I guess. We'll go back over here to Sweetie.
She's running away.
She's taking her calf and heading for the water. So Sweetie is our oldest. She is going on 10 with Steve over there. A lot of people ask how old Longhorns get. They can get up to 30 years old and calve all the way up into their 20s. So they're a long-lived animal since they don't get super heavy. Their bones don't wear out near as fast. They're made to live in Texas, South Texas, New Mexico, Mexico. They're just super hardy. But that's Autumn, which is Sweetie's calf from last year. She's getting replaced. She hasn't been extremely happy about the process. We'll skip you guys here, the heifer gang.
We'll be back.
We're running out of daylight, so bear with us. But this is June over here. June is Sweetie's calf. June's going on 5, so this would have been Sweetie's probably 3rd calf. And then our last cow is Lucy. She's not related to either one of them, but I really liked her color. Brindle spotted color, wide horns. She's really growing a set.
Yeah.
But her first calf, so at 2 years old, her first calf was Reba. Everybody knows and loves Reba. So Reba's only about a little over a year old.
Yeah.
Then our next cow purchase, or heifer purchase, was Annabelle back here. She's a little over a year old.
She's the outcast of.
She's kind of the outcast.
gang.
She came by herself. And then we got the heifer gang. We bought we bought 3 of these heifers at one time. We got Tuffy over here. She's going to brindle up quite a bit on her side where her brown is. She's going to be a pretty wide cow. And then we got Miss May, which is the paint
Lucy.
color, like a paint horse. Then we got Miss Jane here. Ain't that right, Miss Jane? she's got, whenever she has a calf, it could be a mystery box of what her calf is going to look like. You don't know about the camera, do you? So those are our custom ear tags with our brand. L5, L for our last name, and 5 for 5 Acre Farm. And then our last purchase was Marley here, black and white.
Marley.
Blackberry Marlowe is her name, but she goes by Marley. And she was Caitlin's anniversary, Valentine's, birthday, Christmas.
Last year.
Everything last year. But we had to convince the seller to sell us Blackberry. We really wanted her, and he said he didn't really want to sell her, and then changed his mind.
And I was oh so happy because I didn't know what was happening.
So we're super excited to have Marley. We're probably going to rent another bull this year. We rented Harry last year. He's not up for rent this year. So the guy we rented from has another bull that we're really excited to try out. He's an all white with some brindle dots, multicolored brindle dots. So we're excited to have him probably in October. Can't remember what his name is. Do you?
Is it Jack?
No. Anyway, but we're excited to have him this fall, and then we're really on the lookout for our own little bull. But we want to get a bull at weaning age so we can raise him up to be a gentle giant. But then once we have our own bull, we either got to sell all the heifers and the bull's calves, or replace our bull every other year. But we're kind of at our number we want to keep. We might keep a few more heifers out of calves that we have, but
mostly depends on coloring.
Yeah, coloring and personality.
Yeah.
But that's our cows. Hope you guys enjoy them. If you got any questions about Longhorns, put them down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy the drone footage as we're now diving into adding a little more to our videos just for you guys. So a lot of you guys enjoy having a little different perspective than just me holding the camera. This way you guys get an idea of where the cows are in relation to our farm. We don't own this big pasture back here behind us, unfortunately. We rent it, but it's just right here out of our back door, so we can drive the mule over here and see the cows. So other than that, you know the deal. We love you guys. Don't haggle with your egg supplier. Buy your cows local.
And we'll see you on the next one.